And welcome to the Educationist live stream. We will be starting momentarily. Just let me make sure that I am live on all of the platforms. So we are about to start. 30 seconds. And yes, we are live and good on different platforms. So if you're tuning in on Facebook or on Periscope, Twitch, or Facebook, hi and welcome to the Educationist weekly inspiring talking head show about all different kinds of current educational and integration of technology into this time especially. So today I was going to and want to talk to you about how are you going to be able to flip your classroom and do remote teaching, but make sure that your video are of a good quality so that because kind of the idea here is that you are going to be competing with live streamers, gamers, and their attention. So what can we learn as educators from these pros that are already using technology really daily and engaging with an audience? So let's look at some of ideas that I have and make sure that we can do this. So flipped classroom, what is it? What should we do with it? First of all, I'm Nico Luhmann and I'm an international educator. I've been an educator in an international scene now longer than I care to remember, since 2005, and I really like using technology as part of my teaching. I think that education, when technology, when it's been integrated, it really enhances and empowers the learning inside the walls and pushes the wall away and makes the students to be able to reach into something new. So my video experience is that I've been creating online content since 2012, and if I look back it's pretty brutal of my first videos, and I'm really happy to be able to share my experience with you guys, and making sure that if you leave a comment or a question, um, click on that like button, making sure that YouTube will then share this kind of content with other teachers, and people will be able to um, connect with me and get more experience, and uh, hopefully make their videos better. So step one, of course, is to know the basics, understanding the basic concepts and tools of video creations. And with video creation, what is important is that that you go where there is the information. The information, of course, YouTube is great because it has so much information. They have this wonderful YouTube Creators Academy where you get really step-by-step intro about how to make videos, what equipment you need, cameras, sound, and so forth. So I wholeheartedly recommend that when you are starting to create content for your students, that the very first thing what you do is that you sign up with YouTube. Even if you're not planning on sharing your content on YouTube, but YouTube will give you the tools and the knowledge through the Creator Academy that you will, or that will benefit for you for sure. Now, the basics are really basics, and what you need to do is to choose your tools. You can pick screencasting and screen recording tools for free. If you are using Windows, Mac, Linux, or Chrome OS, you can do it for free. You pick, for instance, the Chrome browser, and you have Chrome extensions like Loom, Screen-O-Matic, Screencastify, Nimbus Screen Recorder. You have different tools that you can do. And I would say that the first level, the simple level, and the one which will not take up your time, it will not create very pro-like videos, but it will not take too much of your time, is something like Loom. So you take Loom and you can start creating, you can create a slideshow, a PowerPoint show, and you can start explaining. You can use something like a Jamboard or whiteboard.fi, and you can create your online lesson that you are recording. And that's the first step. That's the simple step. Your next step would be that you are moving away from the screencasting into tools, into a bit more advanced, and you're taking something like the tool that I'm using right now, which is the OBS Studio. The Open Broadcasting software, the Studio allows us to record our screen, but also create different scenes, transitions, bring different elements into, like presentations, webcams, multiple webcams, so that I can be showing, for instance, mathematics and a whiteboard at the same time. So now we have, and that would be already at that more intermediate level. Your next level then is that you are going to be creating your videos by screencasting, recording with a screencast with an OBS Studio, and then you'll take a video editor. With a video editor, you will then be able to enhance You can create intros, you can create overlays, you can make sure that your videos aren't too long. So you're ready to record your video. What you'll need is you'll need a good computer. Laptop will do at the simple level, but if you want to become something of a YouTuber, of lack of a better word, you'll need a better computer. You need to invest into a microphone, a separate microphone, not the video cam microphone, or not the integrated microphone of your laptop. And then you need to invest on a HD camera. You do not need to use a fancy camera. You can still get a webcam, but you want to be able to take 1080p quality, so that images and video, and record that. And that will pay off, because then your image on the web will be so much more crisper. Now, those are some of the ideas, and let me recap where we are at. So number one thing is, of course, is to know your hardware. Then let's talk about pedagogy. What do you need to do? When you are creating an online video, you need to be able to connect with your students. Your students need to have something to do. And with something to do, it means that there needs to be a call to action in every 5 to 7 minutes. So while students are following, there needs to be a call to action that happens only in the video, that they don't have access to that call to action in any other means. And that can be as simple as leaving a comment onto below the video stream, or if you're using a learning platform, then leaving a comment underneath the video. If you're using Seesaw, for instance, then those calls to action could be just leaving a comment underneath. And your video, when you are doing the videos, there should be always a follow-up, a physical follow-up. So the students should be note-taking, creating visual note-taking, annotating the video, and then responding to that, so that you'll know not just that they have looked the video, but they are actually engaged, and they have been creating questions for you from the video, or answering questions that you have stated in your video. The high level, the pro level, is of course replacing this that it's in the background with a green screen. And that allows you then to travel in time and go inside of your video and being part of the video. I will link some of the examples here, how people are making green screen. But green screen requires then for you to use something like OBS or a virtual camera. Snapchat does it really well. But using that will allow you, again, immerse yourself into that type of content, and you as a person, you won't take of that space, which again helps out in a way that you are going to be engaging those you're going to be engaging those students more. Just looking on comments here, and one of the things that I've noticed is that people are saying, well, Nico, there are so many videos already there. Can I just use those? And the answer is yes and no. Your students will benefit from your video. They already have an emotional relationship with you, and that, building upon that relation, you will be able to create content that is meaningful to them, and something that no one else can do. So what you can do and what you should do is to really look at and watch other types of videos and then modify that content into your videos so that you can create then curate videos for your students, but you do the intros and the calls to action in between of those videos. Especially if you are doing remote learning, like right now, there are a lot of the teachers are. So that is a crucial skill, is to curate content, making sure that your students are getting content that is relevant to them. That is something that you as a teacher, as a professional, are ready to do. So let me recap. Number one thing, what you need to do is to know your tools. So what are you going to do? How much are you able to invest? You can always start small. Having a condenser microphone is going to be 19 euros here. Getting a HD level camera that you can then place on an arm so that you can teach cursive writing is going to be about same 19 to 30 euros. And those investments will then pay off because you will improve the learning, and then later on you are going to be able to use these videos as a part of a flipped classroom. Right now, what is really interesting to me is how much content I can be producing quickly. So as I get better and I improve and I try not to tinker too much, then I'm really able to create videos that are targeted, condensed, 3 to 4 minute videos for grade 2 learners, for instance. And previously it would have taken me about a half an hour to create a short video. Now I'm down to 10 minutes. So that, one of the reasons is that I have the setup ready. Some of my colleagues are really doing it well inside the classrooms. I'm lucky enough to have a big living room where I can set up my video station where I am able to do this. So what are the levels of how to become a pro? So number one, screencasting. So with screencasting, you're going to take Loom and you make a slides presentation and you record that. And you don't use the camera yet on the Loom, you use your emoji or your initials in it. Your second level is that you are going to start using that camera and making sure that students see you. That makes engagement level already higher. And then you realize that you can put a green screen behind you. You can be somewhere else. You can have a virtual background like in the Zoom meetings or now in the Google Meet meetings. And then comes the big kahuna, downloading OBS Studio, which works on Mac, Windows, or a Linux system. And that allows you to then start creating, broadcasting, even streaming. With that, when you record, you'll then notice that you want to be editing something with an editing software. My favorite editing software currently is Lightworks, but the learning curve for that is high, so I still produce most of my videos with Shotcut, which again is a free open source software. I do not have to pay for it, which is great as a teacher, since, as you know, the compensation isn't the highest. With video editors, with a non-linear video editor, it allows you to again create clips, edit, condense, and be a digital storyteller. And the more times you can use the ready-made clips, you can create intros, you can create outros, and you can have those call to actions popping up and say, ooh, please like this video, give me a thumbs up, please subscribe and share. And that way you are already using the language that the students are able to understand. So thank you for joining me today. It's been great talking with you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next Saturday.